Hi everyone, this is Richard. In this video, let's talk about cascading value. So in the previous video, we talked about render fragment, right? We got information from the parent and we sent it over to the child components. But what it sent over was the information, the content. And so what the information is, it's user interface stuff, right? It's the stuff that you see on the screen itself. That's what gets sent over to the child or the children. But what sometimes we have data in the background that we need to send over that's not part of the interface itself. It's not part of the screen, and just some underlying data that we want to send over from the parent to the child. And so how do we actually do something like this? And that's with cascading value. Okay, so let's. This is a little bit complicated, so let's take it apart step by step. I'm just going to go here, ignore this right now. I'm just going to have a simple component that says it's a string here, and a list. It's going to be a number because it's a list of integers. And it's going to, I commented this out. Okay, so this commented out. This is just going to be potentially null. So I guess if I'm going to be super correct, these are nullable because they don't have a value in the very beginning. Okay, why is that? Possible null reference. Okay, so that's all it really does. And so I'm not going to do anything with the child, but I'm going to send this over to the parent, okay? But since these don't have values, I need the parent to provide the values over here. And so what I can actually do is say, okay, I'll put a child and we'll use cascading value. We're going to ignore this one right here. And I'm going to send 2 bits of information. They're unrelated. One I'm going to send text, and one I'm going to send a list, okay? Or, yeah, just a list over there. And so what I'm going to say is value equals child for the cascading value. So that's right here with the value of whatever you're sending over. And the name is 2. The names here, here, and here get sent over as the cascading parameter over inside of here. Over here, and it gets identified as name equals 2, name equals 1. Now, if you only have one cascading parameter, you could just delete it. But since we have more than one, we need that over here. Okay, so cascading value, cascading value, cascading parameter. Okay, and so you defined this information. Again, ignore this. It gets sent over to the child and gets introduced right here. Okay, so what should happen is this will print out here. I'm going to comment this out real quick. It'll send that over. Oh boy, I guess I got to comment this one out too, huh? And let's see what happens. Okay, that's not good either. Okay, I got to comment this out too. And let's see what goes on from here on. Again, just this and this. By and 3. Okay, so we go back to the child, by and 3. That's what we see. We don't see anything here. Ignore that. And so that's our way of getting information from here and sending it on over. Okay, now this is very simple. Of course, you could send a lot more information. This is just to show what you can potentially do. A few other things because, few other things. Notice the syntax here. The cascading value is underneath the cascading value, and the closing tags are right over here. So this seems like it's a child of this one, right? But it really isn't. I don't think it is. I think you could put it in different orders. I haven't tried playing around with that much, but at the same time, I don't think it's in a particular order, so it'll still work. They're just listed next to each other, and you have to have the child inside of there, all right, for them to actually work. If you only had one, then you don't need the name, of course. But so that's what we have. What if we have grandchildren, though? So this is what I want to do. Actually, first of all, I got to uncomment these now. Okay, what I want to actually do is get some information, send it over to the child, and send it over to the grandchild. The child might not need this information, but the grandchild will. So how will I send this over? Well, I'm just going to make another cascading value. Again, it's not a a child of these. It just goes along with them, and it just acts upon the child component. And so we have grandchild. It's just the name of it, okay? And that's the bool, and it's the base. The default is false, and the name of 3. So it gets sent down to the child right here. There is no cascading parameter for that, so it gets sent down to the grandchild right here, and it goes to here. There is a cascading parameter with the identification of 3, with a name of 3, right? Right here, name 3. Right here, name 3. Gets introduced inside of here, and then the public bool is it, and it gets introduced here, and all it says is true or false. Okay? It is nullable, so it may have nothing, but here it's going to say true or false. Okay? So for here, because we commented this out, it didn't exist. There was no value that was sent over, and therefore nothing was displayed. That's why nothing is displayed here. Let's uncomment all of this. Did I uncomment everything? Yes. And so let's go ahead and do that. And it should list all of them, right? By, 3, and false. Child, grandchild, by, 3, and false. And that's what it's listing, okay? So again, just a way of getting information from the parent and sending it down. Now, what happens if we go to child right here? Nothing, right? Because we don't have any parent to send the child information. But can you, as a cascading parameter, do you have to have information sent? No. You can actually do this, and this will work just as well. So this will show something. Not just here, but, well, not here because this is being overridden by the parent, right? But if we do this at the child, before it was blank, now it is hello and 4. So notice hello and 4, but the grandchild does not have any information. The parent, this is now the parent, right, that is not sending any information to the grandchild, so this has no value. If I wanted to do so, I would need to put cascading values over, above, and then close it down below. And then, actually, let's just do it right now. Okay, so cascading value. Okay, and actually, let me see here. Value equals true, and I'm going to say private bool this has to be the name of a variable, gc. I'll say just gc equals all right, so what am I going to do? I'm going to give it a variable. No, that's a bool. Sorry. And then grandchild, I'm going to say cascading parameter. Or I could just do the cascading parameter here, can't I? Just use what I got. Just do that, okay? This one, I'm not going to have that there. Actually, I think I have to have it there. I'm really sorry. So, true, it gets sent over to here. true gets from the child, gets sent over to the grandchild, and it manifests right inside of here. Okay? So I hope that was clear. I hope that was correct. That was just, we used the same cascading value, the name, because it was built in right there. If I didn't, okay, I don't have to. I could have deleted that. This is going to break a bunch of other stuff, but I'm just going to do this just for the appearance. Let's see if this will work. It doesn't have the name equals 3. I'm not sure if it'll actually work. Let's find out together. No, it doesn't actually work. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, it doesn't actually work. So I'll have to remove this, delete this here. So cascading parameter, only one cascading parameter or cascading value. That should do it. So it'll send over true for the child. True, right inside here. Okay, so bool, it sent one cascading parameter back because we only have one right here, right? This is from the previous one, from the parent. The cascading parameter, cascading value has to be the parent sending information, and the cascading parameter is by the child. Okay? That was a little confusing. I hope it was clear. It's a lot more complicated than that, but I think that's at least the basics. Thanks.